What is a language school and why you should go to a language school? Lastly, I will tell you all the information you are curious about, including how to choose a good language school. Korean language school is literally where you go to build your Korean language skills. To be exact, for those who don't know Korean language before entering into college, you have to get a topic certificate. Usually, language schools are often in universities rather than being separately alone. There is a language school in Seoul National University, Yonsei University, Korea University. There's a Korean language school in almost all the university that you know. And there are many cases where there is no problem in entering in a Korean language school. To enter in a university, you have to compete with other friends, but in a language school, it's just like academy. There's no big problem if you have money to pay. And if you come to a scholarship program like GKS, the language schools are often supported, and you usually go to a language school near your home. And there is something that you need to know. Seoul National University Language School doesn't mean you can go to Seoul National University. Please don't misunderstand. It's not related at all. It's just a place to learn Korean language. Why do we need to go into Korean language school? I can just enter in university right away. There's like friends who are asking me this question, but you can't attend university unless you have a topic certificate. For foreign students to enter into Korean university, they need a topic certificate at least level 3 or 4. And to get the topic qualification, you have of course to go into a Korean language school. Usually, friends who don't know anything about Korean come and then learn the Korean basic into a Korean language school. Students who come with GK scholarship will also receive a free language course. So if you have a topic certificate, you don't need to go into a language school separately when you're applying for GKS. This is because you're already qualified for the college admission criteria. Do you know that Korean language school have admission requirements? The admission requirements are that you must graduate from high school because you have to submit your graduation certificate to the language school, and the additional documents to be submitted are shown on the left. It varies slightly from school to school, but it's almost the same. The best way is to check it out on the website of the language school you want to go to. And if you look at the application process, just know that you will do it in order as shown on the left. If you are not applying yourself and you come through a scholarship program like GKS, they will help you to solve it. And if you want to apply yourself, make sure to keep in touch with the person in charge at school by asking everything. Then the admission will be possible without any problem. What is the curriculum of Korean language school? Usually, language school have various curricula. For example, let's check out Yonsei University Language School, which is popular. There are a total of 7 programs. This is because your goal and skills are all different. Among them, you have to find the right program for you. First, you have to decide what is your goal. You have to know if your goal is to get a topic to enter in a university, or if your goal is just learn Korean at an advanced level. Also, the tuition fees vary slightly from curriculum to curriculum, so you have to check it out. In my case, I studied in the Korean language school for 2 years, and it was like 4 hours every day, and the tuition was almost 2,000 US dollars. So let's go back to Yonsei University and check the site to see the curriculum. There are many curriculum, but as you first go to Korean language school because you want to enter in a university, let me choose the University Korean program here. And then you can check the curriculum below, which is usually similar. You can get the topic you need to go to a Korean university without any problem. It is also a curriculum created at a level to help you to study without any program in taking classes in Korea. Other language school also offer these pages, so you can check them out. Yes, let's talk about Korean language school scholarship. Do you want a scholarship at the Korean language school? To start with the conclusion, language school usually don't offer scholarships. Since the language school was established with the aim of teaching foreign students and making money, I don't know about university, but I know that Korean language university don't give scholarships. That's why I like GKS program because they offer free language school program. I wonder if I can work a part-time job, guys. Unfortunately, there are many restrictions if you're attending a Korean language school. It can be a long talk if we talk about part-time job now, but to briefly explain it, there are two standards when foreign students work part-time job here in Korea. The first one is your Korean proficiency, and the second one is the degree of your program. Of course, the better you speak Korean, the longer you can work part-time job, and the degree course depend on whether your course is a language school or bachelor's degree, master's degree, PhD, etc. But since we are looking at the language school, if we only talk about the language school, in the language school you can work part-time job only after 6 months of coming here to Korea. It depends also on the topic level that you have. If you have been living in Korea more than 6 months and you have a topic level 2, you can work 20 hours on weekdays and 20 hours on weekends. It's a total of 40 hours a week. So, but if you have been like in 6 months in Korea, since you can, but you don't have a topic certificate, you are only allowed to work 10 hours in weekdays and 10 hours on weekends. So if you only work in total, you can only work a total of 20 hours a week. And if you have a topic level 2, you can't work if you haven't been in Korea for 6 months. It's complicated, right? I will upload another video explaining all the information about part-time jobs, so keep in touch. Yes, lastly, let's talk about how to choose a good Korean language school. You must check this part. First of all, the better the school with their own textbook. Usually, many universities have language school. There are not many universities with their own textbook. University with their own textbook usually have Korean lab and have the language school are often large. So, choosing a university with its own textbook. The second, choose a language school situated in Seoul, because the best way to learn Korean is to go out and have fun with Korean friends. In order to do that, it's better to choose Korean language school situated in Seoul. Make sure to choose a language school in Seoul. The last one, actually this is the most important, you have to choose a language school with a dormitory right away. Guys, no matter how good the curriculum looks, the tuition is, if you have to find an apartment by yourself, don't ever go there because it will really be hard for you. The school should provide a dormitory so that you study Korean language school comfortably. The reason you went to a Korean language school is because you couldn't speak Korean at all. So the hardest thing to do when you come to Korea is to be used with your everyday life. So it's important to get rid of all the problem as much as possible. For those who are asking for direct recommendation, I'm going to recommend two Korean language school. The first one is Seoul National University and Yonsei National University because those two universities are the one who have the criteria that I mentioned above. Kirugi.com. Yes, guys, today I summarize all the information you need to know about Korean language school, and I bet the information from the question that you have, and personally, because me too, I went to a Korean language school, so I know what you are curious about. So let me end up the video here, and I will come up with other more information. Please don't miss out, and see you in the next video. Bye.